Yes, I will discuss in this session what is talent management and what are the sub-modules we have in this particular talent management and why we required talent management for the organizations. Generally, we talked about global HR modules and we talked about payroll module. Global HR module will be used to maintain the enterprise structure, configurator, workforce structure, configurator. Workforce structure means jobs, positions, grades, locations, departments, this is all, and also workforce life cycle. And also workforce life cycle, nothing but employee hiring, employee transfers, employee global transfer, terminations, rehiring. This is all we have discussed. And also approvals, employment models, this is all. And when it comes for payroll module, it will be used to calculate employee salaries, employee balances, payroll cost calculations. Then when it comes for options management module, it will be used to go with leave plans, nothing but options plans we are going to configure. Then leave types, leave balance management, eligibility profiles. This all comes under options management. Now we are talking about talent management. Talent management module, which is used to capture the information about the employee talent. About the employee talent, here it is. Okay. So whenever we are going to talk about the talent, first we need to capture employee skills, certifications, and any awards employee has received, any skills he has updated in the application. This is all we are going to get into the talent management module. So that is what we call it as a profile management module. So we'll call it as a self-service also. So profile management is used to go for capture the employee information, where we are going to have the employee profiles like employee self-information update. This is all we are going to find out in the profile management. Once in the profile management, we have all this. Then we are going to talk about goal management module. So what is goal management module? We are going to have the goals information which we are going to assign to the employees. In every organization, there will be a goals which will be assigned to the employees, and the managers are going to monitor the goals, and they are trying to give the reply as well as the percentage options for the goals. For example, there are 5 goals they are allocating to the employees, and employees are supposed to go for out of 5. These all are going to be specified here. It is, that's what we call it as a goal management. So maintaining the complete goals information across the organizations. Then performance management. Performance management. In performance management module, we are going to have mainly employee performance capture. It means once the employee join in the organization, employee will be assigned. We will assign the employee to the particular project or for a particular cycle, means 1 year or standard cycle we are going to assign this employee. So whenever we go for assign this employee for a particular project, we want to measure employee performance. Okay. For that, we will be using the performance management. So in performance management, we are going to manage the employee performance details based on the employee goals, which we have assigned, or based on the employee profile content. Like this, we are going to have and maintain the complete information about this employee here. Whenever we are going to talk about after performance management, there will be a talent review module. Talent review. What is talent review? Talent review module is mainly to review the employee talent, over here. So whenever we want to go for set the talent of the employee, let's say organization wanted to know what is our organization's strength, talent available, okay, in the area of IT or in the area of manufacturing sector, like that, they can go for review the talent. But this particular module is mainly for reporting point of view. Whenever they want to pull the data, having specific, for example, I would like to know how many, I have 20,000 employees in my organization. The top level management wants to know how many employees has completed the post graduation, how many employees has completed the doctorate, how many employees are frequently completing the certifications, how many employees are having multi-language skills, like this. Okay, so like that we are going to have the different options here. It is, then we will be using the talent review and succession management. So what is succession management? Succession management is a module used to manage the successor for a particular option here. Successor means whenever it comes for an organization, for example, there is a person who is going to resign. I would like to know who is the successor for that particular person. It means who is the successor available for a replacement. Then we will be using here. Successor is based on the employee or based on the job or position. Let's say there is a position called sales representative. For that position, somebody is going to resign. I would like to find how many people are available immediately to take up that particular, no? So options here it is. So in that scenario, we are going to have the succession management module to identify who is the successor, whether immediately he can take up that particular job or position, or individual, whether he can replace it or not. This is very much required for the big organizations whenever they want to identify. For example, immediately successor is not available, at least they have to train them. If at all they want to train them, what are the trainings they have to provide for those people, and identify and bring him into that particular position after some time, and when he can be available. To know all this information, it's going to be used over here. It is. Okay. So these are 5 modules. Whenever we combine, we'll call it as a talent management module. Talent management module, maximum we will find the business flows. We don't find much setups compared to the global HR or payroll or options management modules. Talent management will find less setups, but the transactions which we will be finding depends on the business process. Okay, let me show you where do we find all these modules. Once we log into the applications, make sure that your user should have the role called human resource specialist role. Go to navigator. Once we go to navigator, my client groups, this is where we will find these options here, and we'll find here goal management, and here we'll find performance management, and here we will find profile management. Here we will find talent review module, and here we will find succession plan. There are some other modules like talent pools, career development, workforce modeling. These all are just to maintain or managing the skills or data, not for doing any other setups. Not a big modules. So only this 5 modules. Whenever we combine, we are going to have this particular 5 modules. So this is what we were talking: profile management, goal management, performance management, talent review, and succession plan. When we combine all these 5, we will get as a talent management module. Talent management modules here. Okay. So first we will talk about the profile management. When we click on this, Here we can find the setups which are required for the profile management. There are two types of profiles. One is person profile, another one is a model profile. This is person profile, which we have, and then we have the model profile. This is person profile, and these are model profiles. Two types of profiles we have. Person profile, we cannot go for create a new one, and we have to customize this. Person profile is nothing but person's self-information update. Person's self-information update. So whenever we are working for global HR, whenever we are hiring an employee, we will capture some information like employee identification details, person information, employment information, this, right? But when it comes for the person educational qualifications, and I want to capture person's qualifications, and then any certifications, any licenses, competencies, any awards he has achieved earlier. This is all information I want to capture. Then this person profile is used. Then why we required model profiles? Model profiles are used to capture the information about the job, position, organization, prerequisite, learning prerequisite profile type. This will be used learning module. Mainly job and position will be using this. We call it as a model profiles. So the model profiles are mainly for capturing the information of that particular object. For example, there is a job called cashier. We already talked about this particular module. In global HR module, we have discussed how we can go for capture the job, means how to create a jobs, how to customize the jobs. This is all we have discussed in global HR module, right? But while creating the job, we have just mentioned job name, job code, and some other attributes. But now the organization wants to have more information about the job, having like for this job, do we need passport? His passport is mandatory for this job. Is the visa is mandatory for this job? Is on-site traveling is mandatory or not? Shift timings are mandatory or not for this particular job? So if at all we would like to go for capture this information, then it's going to be specified here. It is. Then it's going to be specified here. Job or position, whatever we have that we will be maintaining over here. It is person, job, or like this. So what are the types of profiles we have in profile management module? Two types: person profile, model profile. This is called person profile, and the remaining comes as a model profiles. Okay. So whenever employees log into the applications, they can find personal profiles and they can update their information, and they are going to maintain all this over here. It is. Okay. So let's go back to your talent profile here. This is to maintain the profile talent. Item catalog. Catalog is nothing but a group of attributes. For example, the organization says that in the degrees, I would like to go for add. What is meant by degrees? When we are going to hire an employee, I would like to capture the employee degrees, bachelor degree, or post graduation, or doctorate, or post graduation in IT, okay, post graduation in healthcare, like whatever the degrees are there, that they can go for capture those information that we don't find in employee hiring page. In employee hiring page, we have one field to capture highest level of degree, but not in detailed information like when you have completed this your graduation, and which date you have received the graduation, and which institution you have completed. This is all information we don't have in global HR module. In global HR module, we don't have this all options. Here it is. Okay. So we are going to have languages details. Like if employee says that I know three languages, English, Hindi, and Telugu. So in these three languages, what is your strength? Are you able to speak? Are you able to write? Are you able to be expert level? Are you able to do conversion level? This all we are going to have the information here. So this is about the details we can capture here, catalogs. We can have different templates. And here model profiles. As I said in the starting task, there are three different model profiles for job, position, and organization. Whatever the job we require that we can choose and we can go for capture here. And then we are going to have this information and then it will be used. Same thing for position and same thing for organization here. We can search for the model profile and content section access. Access is nothing but a permission. For example, we have defined one content section. What is meant by content section? It's a group of fields you are providing to your employee to fill the information about their education, about their certifications, about their language skills, about their competencies, about their awards, like that. Once we define this content section, you are supposed to give the access to the roles. Obviously, in the organization, we'll find employees, there will be a managers, there will be a HR specialists. So, for which role you are giving that content section access. Okay, for example, if I take degrees content section, that you are going to give the permission for particular role. If you want to go for add this for another role, we can give. Okay, so depends on the requirement, we can give the content section access to the particular roles, employees who are working here. Yes. And then you can find profile rating models. So profile rating models are ratings are required mainly to capture the feedback in the numbering format instead of text format. Generally, why we give the ratings, why we take the ratings is, for example, can you rate me about my explanation? Can you rate about my English? Can you rate about my way of behaving in the session? Can you rate me my way of behaving while clearing the doubts? Okay. So if you give the rating out of 5, 4, out of 5, 3, out of 5, 1, like that, we can easily analyze that particular feedback. That's the purpose of rating. Generally, somebody can write the comments. So the comments will be in different language, different formats, different words. It will be difficult to analyze that particular comments. That's why what organizations will do is maximum they'll ask you, can you give me the ratings, like that? If it is a rating immediately, okay, how many people has given the 4 rating, how many people has given 1 rating? Based on that, we can find the performance of an employee. Okay. So that's why most of the organizations will go ahead with the rating models, even at the time of appraisals. These rating models will find in our performance management module also, so that we can easily go for find the rating here and identify the performance level. Depends on the requirement, we can go for find out over here it is. Okay, so this is about the profile rating models. Okay, so these are the profile management module tasks. So when we go for an interview, if they ask you in talent management module, have you implemented profile management? Yes. So what is profile management module? Profile management module is used to manage employee profiles information, to capture the employee educational qualifications information, certification details, awards information, languages information, competencies information, any other details we require, we will go for create our own content sections and then go for capture the information. Okay. How many types of profiles you have in profile management? There are two types of profiles. One is person profile, another one is we have model profile. So what is person profile? Person profile is used to update the self information, employee self information. Whenever we create a person profile, that is applicable for all the employees. Once the employees log in, they can go for update their self information. And model profile are nothing but job, position, organization, and prerequisitions. So that whenever the recruiters are hiring employees for a particular job, they can go through this particular section and identify whether the candidate is suitable for this particular job or position, and they can go for continue the process here, hiring process. So that's the two different types of profiles which we have. Once we create any content section, how we can give the access? By using this content section access, we can provide the roles. Here it is. What is meant by rating models? Rating models are used to get the ratings for a particular employee performance, employee language skills. Okay, so we'll ask, how will you rate in your English speaking skills, writing skills? How can you rate in foreign languages if you have? Okay, so like that, we will be able to find the information about any particular opinion or result. Instead of taking in the text format, we'll try to capture in the ratings. Okay, so we can have the different ratings here that we will be creating. These are provided by Oracle. According to our requirement, we can go. So if they give the ratings as 1, it's a low rating. And if they give 2, it's a moderate. 3 means this. And we can also give the points for that. And we'll find rating categories here, and that can be distributed to the different minimum distribution. This target distribution is very important in performance management module. When the managers are going to give some ratings, for example. So from the management, there will be a instruction that to the managers, you must give the 10% only for 5 out of 5, and 20% of the people only you can give 4 out of 5, and 30% of the people you can give like this. So this is target distribution. So you cannot cross that. For example, there are 10 employees are reporting to you. Only for 2 members you can give 5 rating. You cannot give more than 2. Then 4 rating you can give it for another 3 people. You must give at least 1 or 2 rating for 1 or 2 employees. So it means you are trying to moderate the best in your team and also the low in your team. Like that, we can put the target distribution percentage. Target distribution percentage over here it is. Okay, so this is how it's going to be specified when we are working with the rating models. Here it is, rating models over here. So these are the tasks which we will be using in our profile management module. Let me show you how the employee can go for update their profile content. Let me take one new employee. Let's go to new person here, hire employees. We'll take this employee is working as a recruiter. We can find here just to capture general information, not more than that. For example, if we go to person information tab here, so in person information tab, we can find phone details, email details, highest education level we can capture, but not more than that. So we cannot capture the detailed information about the particular employee here. Okay, only citizenship, visa, and contacts. Okay, but not more than this information, right? So that's why we will be having this all details in profile management module. And let me reset the password for this employee and login security console. Seems still employee hiring process is not yet completed. Yeah, still it is in progress. Hiring process is completed. Some checklist is there that has been also completed successfully, and allocations are happening here. Yes, we can find allocated checklist. It's not a problem. Let me go for security console here. Yes. Employee is sufficient. Employee role is sufficient to update the self information. Employee can access the self information here. This. And now employee wants to update their profile information, their previous employment experience, their licenses information. As we discussed earlier, whatever we require, that he can go for update the information. Here it is. Generally, employee can find the personal information here and career and performance here. Go to career and performances. How we can find here. This is about the employee end user talent management. Skills and qualifications is nothing but a profile management. This is goal management. This is performance management. As we discussed, talent management is a 5 modules. 2 more are Two more is just for reporting, that is for talent review and for succession management. We will find, right? That is going to be our what we call it as for a reporting point of view, management will take up. Okay. Now the employee can take this information. This is a employee profile management. They can update their skills here and qualifications. You might have seen in the organizations, whenever you join in the organization, they'll give you some portal. They'll ask you to update all the details before joining or after joining. So that is what we call it as here. Their career statement, their personal skills, and import LinkedIn data. Some organizations wants to get the LinkedIn short link for this also. So in that scenario also it will be used. So employee can go here, actions, add degrees, add competencies. Now employee wants to add their degrees. Click on add degrees. Yes. There will be a group of fields whenever you try to add. So as a functional consultant, what is our job here is we are supposed to create the content sections like this. So degrees is one of the content section we have to create. After creating this content section, within that we are getting some fields, right? So we have to update these fields. Like this, we are supposed to update the fields. This will do it in our setups and maintenance. We'll see that in our next session. Where do we do that? Okay, so now the employee is going to update that I have completed Bachelor of Science. And list of schools also specified based on the country. We are supposed to provide the list of institutions in our setups. When the graduation started and when it has completed. In attachments are there that can be updated. So this is how the employees' degrees can be captured. So degrees is one of the content section access, and then we are going to add here. Now employee wants to update their language skills. So there is another content section. These all are the content sections provided by Oracle. If client says that I want a new content section, we have to create. Within that, they want to add some fields, then we have to create that. Go for add languages. Reading skills are high, writing skills are high. It's a native language, able to translate, able to teach. Another. So the management can easily track. End of the day, out of 20,000 employees in my company, I want to know who can speak Telugu fluently, who are native of Telugu. So out of 20,000 employees, they can easily go for reporting, right? So this profile management module will be used to capture the information here. This is all we are going to have it over here. It is. Okay. Let's go for update this and save this. Here it is. This is how we are going to update as an end user point of view. Okay. So in our next class, we'll discuss about the setups which we will be performing for the profile management. So this skills and qualifications is nothing but a profile management. It's nothing but a profile management. Okay. Thank you.